Okay, a very good morning, students. Let's start with English class. So today we will start English Grammar, Chapter 3. My brother, my brother. So let me tell you first of all about this chapter. Actually, this chapter is about a boy. You can see. Let me show you the ebook. So, student, this is the chapter 3. My brother, my brother. This chapter is about a boy. Okay, so the first National Bravery Award was given in 1957 to Chandra Okay, the first National Bravery Award. Bravery Award is a kind of award which is given to somebody who's shown his bravery somewhere. Understand? Whenever we do something courageous, that is called showing bravery somewhere. So the first National Bravery Award was given in 1957, in year 1957 to Chandra It can be a question also. For his courage and presence of mind. It's a very important student. So this story is all about courage and presence of mind. Harish saved the life of the Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru along with many other dignitaries when fire broke out in the Shamiana due to spark from a firework. Harish entered a burning Shamiana and started climbing the 20 feet high electric pole. On reaching the top, he whipped out his scout knife and cut off the burning Shamiana cloth. Actually, I'm sorry, it's a kind of a short story of Harish Chandra Mehra. Understand? It's a kind of a short story. Here in this paragraph, you can see. And this story is not related to this. This story is related in the sense of courage and presence. We will find courage and presence in this story, but in some another way. In this paragraph, there is a short story of Harish Chandra Mehra who showed his presence of mind and courage to save then Prime Minister who was Jawaharlal Nehru, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, and along with many other dignitaries saved through his courage and presence of mind. The incident is over here, as you can see. Have you heard about the National Bravery Award? Do you know why are these awards given? Find out about these awards and share the information with your classmates. Okay. So, Sher Singh is a brave. Actually, this story is about Sher Singh. Sher Singh, who was brave boy, who does not know fear. Understand, this story about a boy whose name was Sher Singh, and he was very brave boy. And he does not, what is fear? He don't know what is fear. Understand? So this story is all about him, and let's find out that what happened in that story with him. So let's start reading. So we'll read first. Sahil, start reading. Sher Singh.
Sher Singh, as little brother, lay in the hut with a pain in his stomach. That was the getting forces. Sher Singh himself was only about 12 years old and
cheerful. Yes.
And child of the jungle. His brother was the 7 years
younger. Full stop. Stop now. Yes, Ara, start reading. I will bring. Ara, start reading.
I will bring out rage in boiling water and lay them on the stomach, said his mother. She did not whip. He had lived through everything over and over again.
Yes.
The steaming rakes did not help. After a while, Sher Singh's mother said he must be carried to the hospital at Kalaghat.
Stop. Ved, start reading. Do you know from where you have to read?
Yes, ma'am.
Start.
Then Sher Singh thought that his brother was dying. All jungle people somehow think that the hospital is the last
Resort.
re- resort of the
Doomed.
doomed. Doomed. I'll fun for my father. He cried. It may be day before you find him. Sher Singh's father was away in the jungle with photographic
Expedition.
expedition. All the men of
Laldwani.
Laldwani village to war with
The
the
expedition.
expedition as beaters.
Stop. Yes, Pratyanshu.
And
Start.
now can I read?
Start.
Yes, ma'am. Sher Singh looked at his brother and saw that he was great pain. Kalaghat was at the least of 50 miles away, but Sher Singh hoped that if he could get through the jungle and cross two rivers in between of them might get a lift in a bullock bullock cart of perhaps even a broken down truck for the last part of his journey. Sher Singh walked alone, carrying his brother on his back. He walked through the jungle. Night fell. The sky became purple, black. It blazed with the stars. Sher Singh had good eyes,
Stop.
and he could.
Chavi. Mansi, start reading.
Okay, ma'am. He could still see presently the moon roll, the sight of bear track in the dust, the square front paw and long back one with the shaggy claws made him glance round uneasily on a cliff above the river bed. Sher Singh knew he could go on further without rest. Sweat was running off his shaking flesh. He sat Kunwar
Go on.
down gently against a tree.
Stop.
It was
Sarthak. Start reading.
Ma'am, I don't have book. Whatever the breeze would tell him. It was then that he heard the jostle of 12 of elephants below him on the riverbed. That there the elephants traveled, he could see the cows and the babies on the great old tusker. He was playing his trunk to and fro to learn whatever the breeze could tell him, and suddenly he had said the trunk came around towards the boys, chasing chilled with fright, with convey to carry. He could neither climb or run. The tusker shouted, trumpet shook his head. Suddenly he hurried on angrily up the riverbed on and all the hares went with him. They dispersed.
They disappeared.
Chasing, they
Stop.
disappeared.
Stop now.
Chasing breathed.
Saubhagya, start reading.
Chasing one more couple of hangs in time and go ready the move with Kumar on him back one again. He stumbled down into the river. Did he
Stepped
into the river? The water was cold and deep. Thank God, and he next there was a
bridge.
bridge at the second river. It was a family, yes,
Made of
made of
bamboo poles.
Bamboo pole, thorns,
Stop now.
grass and
Start reading. Unmute yourself.
So now how to cross there was not a chance to say. Even alone he would be
Wait.
lost perhaps.
The rope around his brother and himself, so they would keep together. Then he entered the water just above the bridge. It was so cold that he could hardly keep his hold. He did not know if his brother was alive or dead, but he kept the child, above his head, and inch by inch moved along. He was deep, blinded, frozen, and tired, but he went on and on. Then the river streamed and lost power. They were thought. After that, chasing did not know what happened.
What happened?
Ma'am?
Continue. Don't stop.
What happened? He was walking on and on. After that, chasing did not know what happened in her. There was a road. Then there was better road far away in another world. There come sound hailing a village. Suddenly, somehow, people. After that, the next he knew they were in a bull cart, then a truck. Where have you come from, boy? Landwani, you carried him alone across the river in flood. They were at the hospital, chasing always field shape of big building. He did not go in. Much later, the doctor came out on the
Veranda.
Ma'am, what is it?
Veranda.
Veranda and said, "You are the boy who bought the children from Lalwani." Yes. Then a smile broke. Yes. Then a smile broke all over the doctor's gentle face. "Sher Singh Bahadur," he said, "your brother will live come to see."
Your
No,
brother
my
will
brother,
live.
my brother, Bata will stay.
Your brother will
Okay.
come.
Never give up.
Doctor said your brother will
Your
live.
brother will
Come and
come.
see. Okay. Now here you can see this story is taken from My Brother, My Brother. A story name was the name of the story was My Brother, My Brother, and it was taken from My Brother and it was written by Nora Burke, abridged, the name of the writer of this story. There is a message over here you can see, never ever give up. That means we should never give up. हमें कभी give up नहीं करना चाहिए. We should not give up ever. Understand? जब कभी भी हम कुछ भी वर्क करते हैं, we should not ever give up. So students, you can see this is a small video of the chapter My Brother, My Brother from the chapter My Brother, My Brother. Try to listen and understand the story.
Sher Singh's little brother lay in the hut with a pain in his stomach that was getting worse. Sher Singh himself was only about 12 years old, small and cheerful, a child of the jungle. His brother was several years younger. "I will wring out rags in boiling water and lay them on his stomach," said his mother. She did not weep. She had lived through everything over and over again. The steaming rags did not help. After a while, Sher Singh's mother said, "He must be carried to the hospital at Kalaghat." Then Sher Singh thought that his brother was dying. All jungle people somehow think that the hospital is the last resort of the doomed. "I will run for my father," he cried. "It may be days before you find him." Sher Singh's father was away in the jungle with a photographic expedition. All the men of Lalwani village too were with the expedition as beaters. Sher Singh looked at his younger brother and saw that he was in great pain. Kalaghat was at least 50 miles away, but Sher Singh hoped that if he could get through the jungle and cross the two rivers in between, he might get a lift in a bullock cart, or perhaps even a broken down truck for the last part of his journey. Sher Singh walked alone, carrying his brother on his back. He walked through the jungle. Night fell. The sky became purple black. It blazed with stars. Sher Singh had good eyes. He could still see. Presently, the moon rose. The sight of their tracks in the dust, the square front paw and long back one with the shaggy claws, made him glance around uneasily. On a cliff above a riverbed, Sher Singh knew he could go no further without rest. Sweat was running off his shaking flesh. He set Kunwar down gently against a tree. It was then that he heard the jostle and squeal of elephants. Below him, on the riverbed, the elephants traveled. He could see the cows and the babies, and one great old tusker. He was playing his trunk to and fro to learn whatever the breeze could tell him, and suddenly he hesitated. The trunk came round towards the boys. Sher Singh chilled with fright. With Kunwar to carry, he could neither climb nor run. The tusker snorted, trumpeted, shook his head. Suddenly, he hurried on angrily up the riverbed, and all the herd went with him. They disappeared. Sher Singh breathed one more prayer of thanks this time and got ready to move with Kunwar on his back once again. He scrambled down into the riverbed. He stepped into the river. The water was cold and deep. Thank goodness there was a bridge at the second river. It was a flimsy thing made of bamboo poles, stones, thick grass, and river gravel. But it was at least a bridge. He plodded steadily. Towards midnight, he heard the second river ahead of him. He heard it from far away, a steady roar of flood. When he came out on the shore, he saw it. A big head of snow must have melted yesterday, and here it was. From bank to bank, the river foamed. He looked for the bridge. It was not there. So now, how to cross? There was not a chance to swim. Even alone, he would be lost. Perhaps among the wreckage of the bridge, there was a way. Sher Singh gathered grass and plaited it into a rope. He tied the rope round his brother and himself so they would keep together. Then he entered the water just above the bridge. It was so cold that he could hardly keep his hold. He did not know if his brother lived, but he kept the child's head above water and inch by inch moved along. He was deaf, blinded, frozen, and tired, but he went on and on. Then the river seemed to lose power. They were through. After that, Sher Singh did not know what happened. He was walking on and on. Then there was a better road. Far away, in another world, there came sounds heralding a village. Suddenly, somehow, people. After that, the next he knew, they were in a bullock cart, then a truck. Where have you come from, boy? Laldwani. You carried him alone across the river in flood. They were at the hospital. Sher Singh always felt shy of big buildings. He did not go in. Much later, the doctor came out on the veranda and said, "You are the boy who brought the child in from Laldwani." "Yes." Then a smile broke all over the doctor's gentle face. "Sher Singh Bahadur," he said, "your brother will live. Come."
Okay, so this is the end of this story. Okay, this is the end of this story now. And let me tell you the assignment which you have to do. Page number 37, open page number 37. There is some oral questions. 2 oral questions are there. And some words are also given. Resort, doomed, expedition, beater, and blaze. These 5 words are given. You have to make sentence of these words, and you have to find out the answer of these 2 questions, and you have to pick the correct answers by yourself. Understand? One more thing I want to tell you that here you can see page number 33. In the box, there are 4 words given. You have to learn the meanings of those 4 words, and you have to make sentence of all 4 words also. So you have to make sentence of 9 words. Understand? I hope you understood. Tomorrow we'll write question answers and word meanings. Or I can send you on your WhatsApp group today. Question answer and word meaning you can write from there. Tomorrow we can complete exercise. Okay? Is that clear? Any doubt do you have? I hope everything is clear. We'll meet tomorrow. Okay.